I've never been much of a dog person. Can't say I was much of a cat person either. And my hatred of horses has been well documented on this channel. But my family recently got a little dog. Here's a picture of her. Her name is Weenie. And I have to admit I've become pretty partial to this puppy. You know, pets play a special part in our lives, and sometimes even after our lives. Well, folks, my name is Joel Brashear, and I am, among a few other things, an Appalachian storyteller. The one I've got for you today is called Old Shep. Well, there was a kid lived around here several years ago. His name was Owen Watkins, and Owen was about as good a young'un as you'll find. He was a good athlete, he was a good student, and he was a good young'un. Owen's sport of choice was track. He loved to run. Now, when Owen was a boy, his mom and dad gave him a German Shepherd that he named Old Shep. And there's never been a tighter bond between Owen and Old Shep. They loved one another something powerful. And Owen would run and Shep would chase him up and down the road, around the track, around the school. They was about inseparable. Well, like I said, this was several years ago. The Army drafted Owen Watkins to go serve in the war. And it was a rough time for the whole family, but nobody took it harder than Old Shep. They went down to the train station to say goodbye to him. Old Shep obviously came along. Owen bent down and said, "Buddy, you take care of everybody and I'll be home soon. I promise." Gave his dog a hug and got on the train. Well, Old Shep sat there and waited for Owen to come back. Not just that day. He came back every day. Day after day after day, Old Shep would leave the house and walk down to the train station and wait for Owen to come home. Got to be the folks at the train station started leaving out little bowls of water and treats for him. Most of the time he wouldn't touch them. He had one job, one duty. He was waiting for his friend. Well, the folks at home got word Owen had been injured. He wasn't going to come home. Shep didn't understand that. He kept going down to the train station every day, waiting for his friend. One day, a kid came off, young soldier, kind of resembled Owen. Shep got excited. He took off running, going as fast as he could, running just like he had when he was chasing Owen around that track. By this time, he'd got a little age on him. His hips weren't moving as good as they used to. His gait was a little off. By the time he got close enough to realize it wasn't Owen, he slipped and fell on the train tracks. Train coming in, never had a chance. Folks on the side screamed and hollered for somebody to help. There was nothing anybody could do. "Shep, what are you doing down there?" Old Shep heard a voice he knew. He looked up, and there was Owen. There was his buddy. "Shep, come on, we got places to be, buddy, let's go." Shep popped up. He felt pretty good. His hips weren't hurting no more. Why, he popped right up and was feeling like a young pup again. And there was his buddy. There was Owen, smiling, happy as he could be. Well, he ran up and gave Owen the biggest hug ever was. Owen scratched him behind the ear just like he always did and said, "Boy, come on. We got a lot of catching up to do." And they walked off together. Folks, there's a special bond between people and their pets. I know that. I'm learning it firsthand myself right now. We had pets growing up a little bit, but nothing real special. But seeing my kids play with little Weenie and bond with her and teach her tricks, it's been really great. Won't you tell me a little bit about you and your pets down in the comments? Let me know the relationships you have, if you've got a dog or a cat or whatever. When I was in college, one of my buddies had a pet snake. I was not a fan of that either. But I mean, whatever you have, I'm sure you love it, and I'm tickled to death for you. If you like what we're doing, give this a like and a share. That helps me out more than you know, lets people know what we're doing. Gets the word out there. And, you know, we have the Front Porch Story Club for folks who really want to support it. That's $2 a month, and we got some special stuff that goes along with that. That really helps me out. But if you can subscribe, that would be great. But if not, that's okay too. But you know, we do a new story here every week. Usually comes out on Wednesdays. And till then, we'll see you next time.